Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Now, this is another one. Okay, article here from Reuters.com. And as you can see, it says SNB, okay, or Swiss National Bank, to launch digital currency pilot. Okay, this is June 26, 2023. So somewhere about halfway through the year. Okay, and you have another one launching a digital currency pilot. Now, let's read a little bit about, what this says, but I'm sure by now it should be very clear to all of us the direction that everything is headed in. Right? By now, it really shouldn't be a doubt that, who knows, maybe by the end of the year, okay, if not all countries, a good portion of these countries are all going to be into their usage of CBDCs. Okay, that's just what I think. But let's see. So it says Zurich, June 26, the Swiss National Bank, or SNB, is to issue a wholesale central bank digital currency, or CBDC, on Switzerland's sixth digital exchange as part of a pilot. The central bank's chairman said at a conference in Zurich on Monday. And keep in mind, these are central bank digital currencies, right? That are going to be used. Let's type in here. What is a central bank digital currency? And maybe they'll give us something. Okay, so a central bank digital currency is a digital currency issued by a central bank rather than by a commercial bank. It is also a liability of the central bank and denominated in the sovereign currency, as is the case with physical banknotes and coins. So this is issued by the central bank, not just your regular commercial bank. And it makes sense why they would set up something like the FedNow to precede a central bank digital currency. Okay, so you're moving central bank issued tokens through a central bank controlled platform. Okay, let's see what they have on here. Let me see if they have something else. What is the central bank digital currency? Yeah, it says here, what is a central bank digital currency? A CBDC is a digital form of central bank money that is widely available to the general public. Central bank money refers to money that is a liability to this liability of the central bank. So it also gives them more control. Okay, they get a stronger grasp upon the people and the countries that issue these central bank and use these central bank digital currencies. So it says this is in quotes, this is not just an experiment. It will be real money equivalent to bank reserves, and the objective is to test real transactions with market participants, Chairman Thomas Jordan said at the Point Zero Forum. So the transition here is now from, when you deal with digital currencies versus cash, there's a slight difference, right? Because something like Zelle or even direct deposit or PayPal or Apple Pay, all of these things, you sort of send, almost like a digital money in a way, right? You look in your account, you see you have $1,000. It's really just numbers, right, on the screen, and then you make a transaction. Maybe you send $500 via Zelle to your friend, and then you see a deduction on your account, on your phone or computer, right? And then now it says you only have $500 left, and digitally there was some sending of there's a transaction that was made. Your friend checks their phone and they now have an additional $500 to maybe they had $100 in their account. So now they have a total of $600. what you both can do is you can go to the bank and go to an ATM, and you can say, out of this $500, I want to remove 400 of it in cash, in physical cash. That is another form of this money that I have, and I want to go ahead and you take that to, I don't know, travel somewhere and go and use that to buy something, and you can do it. And likewise, you can take cash or a check, and you can go and say, I want to turn this paper into that digital form that I see on my phone, and all of that. So there's that integration of that. But when cash gets phased out and they go full on digital currency, you don't have the avenue of, okay, on my phone it says I have $1,000. I want to take that out from an ATM, or it's nothing to take out. It only exists in the digital space. It holds weight in the fact that you can use it to do things, almost like if you go to an arcade and you have they'll have you purchase like points or credits on this like card, this arcade card, and so long as you have credits, you can play different games. And every time you swipe the card, it deducts credits, but then it gives you access to do something, right? And then when you run out of credits, it's kind of like you're broke. You can't do anything. The credits only exist on the card. They only exist in the digital space. If you take that card somewhere and you try to go to the grocery store and try to buy something or take money off of it, it's not going to work. It's only valuable for those arcade games. It only means something when it's being used in the space it was created to be used. So the same thing with like a CBDC, right? A digital currency is valuable in the digital space where it was created and meant to be used. So technically, it doesn't really exist. It's just programmed onto your phone. It's just credits that get added to or reduced by what you do and how you quote unquote spend it. But that's basically where they want to go. Now, if that's the case, then who is going to be having the all the gold and silver and the actual real commodities, while the masses and the public use digital currencies that are really, I mean, they went from paper, at least paper was something. They went from paper to now just programs, right? Credits, programs, whatever, and they call it currency. So unless you have something that's backed by gold or silver or something to that extent, to which, I mean, good luck. I mean, I think BRICS is trying to do something like that, but let's see how that goes. But the point is, who's going to really have all the physical gold and the physical silver and all of those things? If everybody is using credits and digital currencies and X, Y, and Z. Who's going to be issuing these things? Oh, the central bank. Okay. Well, the central bank that is gaining so much power. Do we know that they're private? They're privately owned, run. They're not really publicly. They're not any public, quote unquote, federal corporation. Just to put that out there. Anyway, let's keep on reading. So it says, Jordan said the pilot project will start soon, or which will start soon, was intended at the moment to be for a limited time. And just hearing that just also reminded me about how you had Elon Musk. Don't forget about his thing, his Neuralink that received FDA approval. So, I mean, since we heard about that, we haven't really heard anything yet, but that's because they're working. So don't be surprised when very soon you start hearing all types of major news at once. Oh, boom, they just came out with the first yada yada. Now it's available for people to start getting it. And I did a video on it yesterday. The EU says now you have the option of using a digital identity wallet, or I think that's what it was called. And people are opting into getting implants. Famous companies like Walletmore are really climbing up the ladder with these things. And then before you know it, it starts happening right before your eyes. Now the U.S. is now, come up with the decision that they're gonna go along with joining the wave and introducing their own central bank digital currency. They plan to call it the digital dollar, or whatever. And yeah, look out for that. That should be coming out very soon. And before you know it, just like that, boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, they're talking about implants. Okay. So it says, let's let's see. Jordan said the pilot project, which will soon start, was intended at the moment to be for a limited time. Central banks across the world are studying digital versions of their currencies to avoid leaving digital payments to the private sector. Oh man, as the decline of cash has accelerated in some cases due to the C19 MIC, right, or the big C, Pan D. And that was a very, very convenient way to demonize cash, wasn't it? As opposed to wholesale CBDC. I mean, so that was that really a big enough reason to go on a full? I mean, if that's their reasoning, right? Can you really say that that was a big enough reason to go on a full on campaign to say destroy cash from usage and all of existence because of the Pan D, and let's all jump on the digital bandwagon. As opposed to wholesale CBDCs, which were tokenized securities, the SNB has long been cautious about the use of public or retail CBDCs. Jordan said he was concerned about potential risks retail CBDCs could have for the financial system, while the use of them was more difficult to control. We do not exclude that we will never introduce retail CBDCs, but nevertheless, we are a little bit prudent at the moment, he said. Of course, because it starts with, it's all gradualism. You got to go one step at a time. Despite exploring digital currencies, the SNB does not see cash disappearing in Switzerland. The central bank's governor, Andrea Michael, said, speaking on a separate panel at the 0 Point Forum. And you know why they say that? Not because it's true, but they say it because it's called damage control. Where do we put this, or how do I even form an example like this? When you want to phase out a way of doing things by introducing a new way, if you study human nature, you know that humans are wary of change. Nah, people don't just run and embrace change. So, especially when they're used to something for a long time. So, you don't come and say, hey, I'm taking this away and I'm bringing this new thing, and this new thing is the only way. No. Okay? There's a transition period where you have the old, you introduce the new. For a period of time, you have both of them. Then you start to introduce more and more of the new and less of the old. So people get acclimated to it. And then you start to have it be in a way where it's almost like a competition between the two. Which one is more enticing? Which one is making your life easier? And the whole goal is to, if I put it in their terms, help the people realize how much more beneficial this new way is. And once enough of them accept it, we can then do away completely with the old. But as we are introducing the new, it doesn't make sense for us to tell you that, hey, we're just gonna do this and then do away with the old like ASAP. No, that's gonna raise eyebrows. It's gonna spook people. You don't want to do that. So of course they would tell you that, no, I don't see cash disappearing in Switzerland. Well, they came out and told us, well, the curve will be flattened in 2 weeks and you can come back outside. And we saw how quickly 2 weeks turned into 2 years. So it ain't about what you see. Quite frankly, we don't care about what you see. Okay, we want to know. It's about what the plan is. Okay, so yeah, they say these things, but it's damage control. It says it is the one way that retail households can hold central bank money, she said. That feature needs to be maintained irrespective of the technology, which is not true. Eventually they're gonna do away with cash. They're gonna leave you with no option but to, jump on this. And it's just another one to the list. So let's see. All right, time is the clock is ticking, but these people are moving. All right, they're moving. So let's get this real quick. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 22. It says, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." So currently, we're living in the days of prophecy, the end days, and within the end days, there's a certain period of time that certain prophecies will be fulfilled. And what the Lord is doing is he is speeding up these days so that if the prophecy of the MOTB is destined to come out 150 days from now, the speeding up of these days means we can get there, we can get through 150 days, and it may feel like only half of that. So we can get there quicker, because these people are completely out of their minds. They're wilding out. Okay, they're completely bugging out. The world is getting real bad, man, real bad. I saw an article about, they said they found like 4 kids or so, in a building with like 4. Let me see if I can find the headline. I just even reading the headline shit is disturbing enough. But it says 4 children found at an apartment with 6 cross-dressing men having a drug-fueled sex party. This is America. And then they don't stop there. They got the chants. They got the, we're here, we're queer, and we're coming for your children. Oh shit. So you tell me, okay? You tell me. If they're not blatantly telling you, as the scriptures say, they declared their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. So if you don't, this is why the Lord needs to show in these days. This is the book of Isaiah 62 and 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. And we are the watchmen. That's why we're constantly doing videos on current events and what's going on, and tying the scriptures into reality, because we're watchmen, we're watching. And as it says, we shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're constantly doing videos and lessons and updates and posts and all of these things, because we're not, the Lord has put the Spirit on us not to hold our peace, meaning not to be quiet, not to be silent. Okay, so be it day, be it night, be it evening, be it afternoon, we're going to keep on bringing out, this information, because that's our job. But anyway, with that being said, Lord willing, this was edifying and informative to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Merchak, Wadash. And until next time, Shalom.